Welcome back, and it's Tuesday, November 1st in the NBA, and I'm back with my 3 favorite picks of the day. It is the beginning of a new month. Let's dive right in. My name is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's do a short recap from yesterday, a 2-2 day, our first losing day in, I believe, 4 or 5 days, but our best bet of the day loses for just the second time this season as Gordon Hayward does not get it done. He was looking good at the first half, then just couldn't buy a bucket in the second half. That moves our best bet of the day segment to 12-2 on the year. We got to be better. Our game pick was looking good as well until they scored 70 points in the fourth quarter. But John Collins, Alperin Sengun, clutch up, get the job done. 2-2 day, losing a little bit more than a half a unit. Look, a great October. Hopefully November can be even better. We're dialing back in, and I have to say thank you guys. We hit 50,000 subscribers yesterday. The support since the NBA has started has been unreal, even the NFL too. Look, we can't do it without you guys. Thank you guys all, everyone that has watched the videos, clicked the like button, commented. We can't do it without you guys. We are halfway to getting that YouTube plaque behind me. We putting up right there, something like that. We'll get there eventually, but thank you guys so much. We will have a subscriber parlay giveaway tomorrow. We'll have a lot more games for the NBA, so stay tuned. Be sure to watch tomorrow's video to see how you could potentially win. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too. We're going to get right into it, and my best bet of the day is on the way. We're trying to move to 13-2. Let's not lose 2 in a row. But as always, I have to caution you guys. This is bankroll management. Just because we lost yesterday, don't go putting more money on this one. This is a long-term thing. We have so many more days left in the NBA season. So manage your money correctly. We don't need to be trying to win it all back today. That's not how you win money in the long-term sports betting. Today, we're going with the guy on my shirt. 1-0 taking his props. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, my best bet of the day, 1.5 units on his over 26.5 points, -120 on Barstool Sportsbook. 26.5 also available on FanDuel and PointsBet at the moment at -125. I can guarantee you this line's going to change. I just know it's going to go up to 27.5 at the least, and I still would play it there. Probably play it up to 28.5, but when you get up to 28.5, probably would limit it down to 1 unit instead of a 1.5 unit play, because I wouldn't play it there at 1.5 units. Now let's talk about it. You could look at his assists too, but at the end of the day, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as we're going to call him SGA, as he is called, he gets paid to put the ball in the basket, and I think that's what he's going to do today as they take on the Orlando Magic. Now, SGA cashes out on Sunday when he scored 38 points versus the Mavs. We're asking for a duplication of those efforts because Josh Giddey still remains out. The talented sophomore will be out again tonight, and he should be returning within the next couple days. But still, SGA has been absolutely a madman. I mean, look at his game log. 32, 28, 33, 24, and 38 points. Hitting this over in 4 of 5 games. And as we talked about on Sunday, the biggest part, you have to like 22 plus field goal attempts in every single game. Now, I project this game to be pretty close, and that's what we hope to see as the Thunder are 3-point favorites. But regardless, SGA plays basically the whole first quarter and then the whole third quarter. So if it is a blowout, he's at least going to be in there for, 30 minutes. And then if we need extra points, we're going to need this game to be close in the fourth. But regardless of that, the Thunder just don't have a lot of guys that are going to steal field goal attempts from him. And you got to also consider, SGA gets to the free throw line as well, gets those free and easy buckets. And at the time of recording this video, he has not missed a free throw yet in the NBA. He's 30 for 30, knock on wood, because he's been absolutely money from the free throw line. And the Magic just don't have anyone that could guard him. We could see Jalen Suggs return for the Magic, but he's not going to be able to guard him. And at the end of the day, if Jalen Suggs returns or not, and maybe he doesn't, I don't expect him to be out there, but they're starting Franz Wagner, Terrence Ross, Banchero, Bol, and Wendell Carter Jr. Look, none of these guys, they have a lot of size, but these guys can't match up well with SGA. He'll be able to get wherever he wants on the court, whether it's a mid-range to the rim. He can do whatever he wants, and SGA's been getting to the rim or into the paint all season long. He leads the league in drives per game at 27.2, much higher than anyone else in the NBA. And the Magic have rim protectors. They have those guys with the height, like the Wendell Carter Jr.'s, Bol, and Mo Bambas of the world, but these guys have still been giving up a high field goal percentage within 6 feet of the hoop. I mean, look at Wendell Carter Jr. allowing a 63.2% field goal percentage. Bol, he's lanky, 63.3%, and then Mo Bamba at 72.2%. As we talked about on Sunday, the field goal attempts should be there for SGA. He should be shooting a bunch. And since 2020, when SGA attempts 20 or more field goal attempts, hit this over 27 plus points in 30 of 38 games. I don't think he landed on 27 on the dot in any of those games. If he's out there shooting, he should be having a pretty good day. And we just saw Luka Doncic get wherever he wanted against this Magic defense, scoring 30 points in the first half, 44 in the game. At the end of the day, I know the Magic have rim protectors, but those guys are jumping for joy. If you pump fake them, they're going to foul you. And SGA is good at drawing fouls, good at pump faking, fading away. This guy a really, really good scorer. If you've never watched him play, I know the Magic Thunder game isn't necessarily the biggest one on the slate. There's only 4 games though, so commercial break, you might have to watch something. SGA is really good. We're taking this over 26.5 points. It's my best bet of the day. Now, as my game pick of the day, Going with Miami Heat money line. I'm taking them plus 100 on points bet. If they cash out, I'll wear my Miami Heat shirt over next to me. I'll wear it tomorrow. But you look at the Heat. This line opened at 3.5 and now has been bet all the way to the +1, where the Heat you're getting at +1. You can take them at +1 if you want, but at the end of the day, them losing by 1 point and pushing that, I'd rather just take the +100 that we're getting on points bet. It's the best value across the board, and a lot of people will look, and these teams just played on October 27th, just less than a week ago, and it was a 13-point Warriors victory, and the people are just going to sit back and say, well, let's just have that happen again. But it's just so hard to, you take one game sample size and just, it's very rare that you beat a team consecutively, just in time and time again. It just doesn't happen like that in the NBA. These teams have pride. They have pride on the line, and they want to go out there and beat a team that just beat them. And if you look at the Heat, that game a little bit closer, the Heat struggled. I mean, they gave up 16 offensive rebounds and were out-rebounded by 19. I mean, that's an effort thing. That's not a thing that, we just didn't knock down shots, which the Heat didn't knock down shots in that game either. They just got out-rebounded, out-hustled, and that's not something you normally see out of an Eric Spoelstra team. And I think the Heat are going to come back here and try to limit those second chances, because it's hard to beat a team when you're giving up 16 offensive rebounds. At the end of the day, that game was in the Bay. This one's in Miami. And since 2021, the Warriors, 22-30-2 against the spread on the road. This is a team that has struggled on the road, covering and winning in general. We saw them just lose to the Hornets a couple days ago. And I just think, the Heat, well, we're not taking the Heat spread. More or less, we are taking their spread. I mean, this is a pick-em. So we're just going to basically need the Heat to cover their spread and win. And the Heat have lost 2 games in a row. It just doesn't feel like a team that wants to drop the 2-6, which are 2-5 at the moment. I don't see them losing 3 in a row. Maybe they do. I know the Warriors are a talented team, but the Heat lost their first 2 games of the season, then they bounced back and won their third one, avoiding that 3-game skid. They only lost 3 games in a row 3 times last season. I just don't think they want to get that streak started this year since 2021, started last year. Miami 37-18, just straight up at home winning games. They're 7th best in the NBA. I mean, I just think at the end of the day, this line opened at 3.5 in the favor of the Heat for a reason. And I think the Warriors, one bad Stephen Curry shooting night away from, getting blown out. And while they might not get blown out, if Stephen Curry doesn't go out there and put up like 33 points, this team's going to really struggle to score and shoot the ball. I mean, Klay Thompson continues to struggle. Jordan Poole's decent, and the Miami Heat have the defense to stop the Warriors. Will they get it done? I think they do. Miami Heat money line is my favorite game pick of the day. Now, finally, my final player prop. We might add a couple one. I'll talk about 2 leans in a second. Rudy Gobert taking his over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists, which is -115 on FanDuel. Now, if you want to pivot to his points plus rebounds line, go for it. It's 27.5. It's 1 lower. I certainly think Gobert can get us 1 assist, which would make this line the same as his points rebounds line. And if he gets us 2, even better. We'll get that points rebounds line at 26.5. I think both are good. I think they're both going to hit. If they both hit, if they're not going to hit, they're both not going to hit. Now, at the end of the day, Gobert has cashed us over in all 4 games against teams that aren't named the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know what the Spurs had against him, as he only had 21, 20, and 19 PRAs versus them. But for all other teams, he had 45, 31, 32, and 41 PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists combined. Now, the Suns will be without their starting center, DeAndre Ayton, tonight, and that makes them a little bit vulnerable inside. They don't have a lot of depth in the backcourt. I mean, obviously they had JaVale McGee last year. He's gone. And they got Bismack Biyombo starting, and they got Jock Landale, who's actually been pretty solid for him coming off the bench. And you look at the last game when Ayton did miss. It was against the Houston Rockets. They gave up 17 offensive rebounds and 54 points in the paint. Those are the 2 things that Gobert is good at doing. Is getting offensive rebounds, and that's all he's going to score. He ain't knocking out a jump shot. If he knocks down a 3-pointer today, I'll buy a Gobert jersey, because that ain't happening. Now, let's talk about Gobert, because I think he has a chance to not only get, a couple tip-ins, which are like get an offensive rebound plus the 2 points, or he has a couple chances of getting fouled. If they're in the bonus, he'll go to the free throw line, which he's capable of knocking down some free throws. But let's talk about Bismack Biyombo. Obviously a shorter center. He's going to be starting, and he tries to block every single shot. He had 5 blocks last game. The problem is when you try to block every shot, you're leaving your guy, Rudy Gobert, wide open for offensive rebounds, or maybe you're trying to block him and they dish it off. That's going to be easy dunks for Gobert, and I think it's going to be struggle bus for all of his teammates to box out Gobert. I mean, you're going to have Cam Johnson starting at the 4. That's not going to be too good. And you look at Gobert, he leads the NBA in offensive rebound chances per game at 9.9 and offensive rebounds per game at 4.9. Now, last year, he was near the top of it as well. And on the defensive side, when he's guarding Bismack Biyombo or Jock Landale, not all doing too much, just kind of camping out in the paint, waiting for Devin Booker or Chris Paul or Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson to fire it up. The only thing that concerns me here is maybe they try to play at Gobert out of this game. They could do that. But at the end of the day, I think Karl-Anthony Towns is capable of guarding a guy like Cam Johnson or Mikal Bridges on the perimeter. You always have Gobert behind you to protect you. And at the end of the day, I think Gobert has certainly a good chance of getting it done. He's performed well versus Phoenix in his career. In his last 18 matchups versus them, 16.6 points per game, 13.4 rebounds per game, and 1.2 assists per game for 31.2 PRAs per game, hitting this over in 15 of 18 games. Just think he has a pretty good chance. I don't love betting on Gobert, won't lie to you, but I think he has a good chance to get this done. He's certainly capable of all those offensive rebounds, tip-ins, and he went 4 for 11 last game. If you give me 11 field goal attempts from Gobert tonight, pretty confident he hits this over. So we'll take his over, 28.5 PRAs. Now, here's 2 leans I did consider. I don't know if I'll put a graphic on the screen. We considered Paolo Banchero's over in points, Nikola Vucevic over in rebound. Don't know if I'll add either of them. We don't have lines for those guys, so I don't really know. They could put you a crazy line. I'm like, I don't want to add that. So we'll see. Maybe I don't add a play. There's no reason to force plays. We only have 4 games on today. 3 plays is more than enough. But as always, it's time to shout out some COS All-Stars. I appreciate this list growing each and every day. Can't do without the All-Stars. If you want to become one, hit the join button. You get our plays a little bit early, plus a couple extra cool perks. Now, here's a couple of them. Again, I'm going to butcher some names. I'm sorry. We got Nate, we got Maddie, we got Zan Bozic, we got Willie, we got Anthony, we got Josie, we got Hal, we got Dylan, 48 Laws, Alex, Jason Rax, Zachary, Cody, Antonio, Junior, Skill, Giles, Benamar, Anas, Michael, Tom, JTR1P, Rocky, Michael, Steven, Devin, Elon, Sco, Gerald, hopefully I pronounced that right. Nicholas, Jason, Adam, Jacob, John, Alex Tepper, Daniel, Bryce, Rick, Matt, Damon, Davis, oh my gosh, that's a little sus. Robert, Bronson, Ian, Sussy, J Space A, SS Cam, the CNBRK, Mateus, Alexandre, hopefully I pronounced that right, probably not. Naveen and Zacharias. Look, appreciate you guys, not only for becoming COS All-Stars, appreciate all the love on the channel. I think yesterday's video almost had 25,000 views. We passed 50,000 subscribers. Let's keep running up. Let's have another good day. Let's cash that best play of the day, cash our other 2 plays, go for that 3-0 sweep. See you guys back again tomorrow for a big slate, parlay giveaway tomorrow, and a lot more content coming your guys' way. This is Austin. I'm signing out. Peace.